This video was brought to you by Patreon. Hey you, how's it going? My name is Ruby Price and today is the 5th year since I had my gender reassignment surgery. And oh my god, that's 5 years of having a vagina. Sorry, that's just actually dawned on me, like, how long a period of time that is. Yeah. Whew. Okay. Whew. Right. Remember to like, share, comment and subscribe, otherwise that does mean you are transphobic. I'm sorry, them's the rules that I just made up. But only if you enjoy what you see. Like, let's be honest, I've not been the best YouTuber over the last 10 years. But in all seriousness, you know, if you are one of the people that has watched this video, thank you. Let's just remember that the comments are not a place for gender criticals, also known as transphobes, also known as just wastes of time. But anyway, this video is about me and my vagina, and let's continue with that. So, 5 years ago, on July 27th, 2017, I had gender reassignment surgery at Leeds Biometry Park Hospital, somewhere between Leeds and Wakefield, with Mr. Fenton, who I believe has retired. He is retiring, or the last time I heard he was retiring, and that was several years ago, pre-pandemic, so I assume he's retired by now. But, you know, someone will probably tell me if he's not. When presented with the two options that I could have, fully functioning or cosmetic, I chose fully functioning because in 2017 I was 22 years old. I had the rest of my life, which until, you know, then I presumed would be about 25 years old. Yeah, I went there. Also, like I said in previous videos, I was probably going to use it, and since then, I have. Yeah. Oh man, this is a little bit weird. So the thing that I'm not really sure where to go with this particular video is a lot of the things that I would say in this scenario, I've said before. I have said these things before because I've been doing these videos for the last 5 years. So I think that because we've hit this 5-year milestone, I'm gonna give myself some leeway with that and have a bit of a recap, just because it's a milestone. It's 5 fucking years! It's also really hot in here. Why can't I have had my surgery in December? Things will be so much nicer. If you are wanting what is basically a recap of my entire gender transition from 2009 until I think I made it last year, you can find that video linked in the corner, where I will basically just list everything that happened. So the dates are probably a lot more accurate in that video. Essentially, I started down the gender care pathway 2013. Things actually started happening in 2014. And then again, it was just a lot more waiting. Hormones was 2015. Hair removal, again, I think started 2015. Carried on to 2016. I had some more hair removal sessions in a different place in 2016/2017, and then obviously I had my surgery in 2017. And yes, that is a long time, especially when you consider that I properly came out as trans in 2012, which is 10 years ago. Apparently this is just a year for milestones. We'll get to that in December, if I'm still around. On YouTube, I mean. Yeah, so how does having a vagina compare to having a penis? Well, it's a lot better. I mean, that's just my perspective as a trans woman talking. But, you know, it's made me happier. It's made me more confident. It's made me wear clothes that 10 years ago I would never have considered wearing. It's made me I now wear clothes that 5 years ago I never would have considered wearing. I never felt comfortable out of clothes. I never really felt comfortable, you know, being in a scenario where I would be wearing less clothes than covers the entire of my body. Whereas now, you should see the confidence I have. At Leeds Fest 2019, during a song, I took my top off and basically kept it off, just in a bra and some shorts. I would not have done that pre-surgery. I know that for a fact. I can guarantee it. As more recently, when I was on holiday in Gibraltar, last day, in the sea, I'm wearing a top, no bra and shorts. Do you want to know what I did? I went in the sea just wearing my underwear. Again, would not have happened pre-surgery. I have a fucking partner. I'm gonna reword that. I have a partner who, again, I probably wouldn't have had pre-surgery because a lot of these things just made me feel a little bit uncomfortable about having to open myself up. I'm also going to reword that. Allowing someone into such close proximity with myself. They're not things that I would have done pre-surgery, you know, because there was so much going on. I wasn't happy with myself by doing anything like that. All I was doing was just allowing myself to put myself in circumstances that I didn't really feel comfortable in. I should mention, if you came to this video expecting something coherent and not rambly, you've come to the wrong place. Or at least the wrong time. These videos are never really, like, structured. I generally tend to start thinking about what I'm gonna say whilst I'm filming this. Algorithm? What algorithm? That is a lie though. I did a little bit of preparation for this video. I watched a few of my older videos, mostly because I've released 2 videos this year, one of which was a song that I recorded last year. So technically it's one video, and that was just a, you know, turn the camera on and spout utter bullshit. So, you know, I did have a look at some of my older videos talking about gender reassignment and other gender-based surgeries. And one of those videos was about the gender-related surgeries I'd have that weren't gender reassignment surgery, that came post-gender reassignment surgery. It's a little bit inaccurate now. I did say the 3 things I would change would be my hairline, my trachea, and I would have breast enlargement. I don't need that anymore. I blame the pandemic for that, but, you know, maybe it's just something that also came with being on hormones for however long it's been, 7 years? Maybe 7 years? But staying on that topic, as much as, you know, this has given me the confidence, and this has definitely given me some confidence, you know, I still want to sort out this, and I would like to sort this out if I had the money, but they are expensive, and whilst it's not entirely something that, like, I've given a lot of consideration to, I have been looking up things like FFS lately. What I'm considering FFS is essentially just, you know, sorting out that and, you know, maybe softening this a little bit as well. But that's about it, really. You know, as far as being comfortable and as far as being confident goes, I'm in a very alright place these days, and I can't complain about that. Hell, even mentally, I'm in a much better place than I was this time last year, and I think that just comes from having a nice job and being surrounded by people again and being able to go and do the things that I like, you know, like going to gigs, hanging out with friends, going on holiday, all of that stuff, really. You know, the things that were robbed from us all for 2 years, unless you're in the government, in which case you were allowed to get on with those things just quiet, very quietly. Talking about politics in a video about vaginas. I mean, those things do tend to go hand in hand these days. But yeah, I guess ultimately what this video is saying is vagina's good, vagina's great, vagina's confident, and vagina's good for trans women. Although, not all trans women need one. Just some of us. Yeah, so here's to 5 years, and here's to 5 more. Oat milk tea. Well, I think that just about covers it. If there was anything else that you'd quite like to know, I might do some form of Q&A style video where I answer the questions about this kind of thing. If that's something you'd like to do, let me know in the comments. Don't actually ask me the questions, because who knows how that could be perceived. I'll probably come up with some way of doing it, but let me know in the comments if that is something that you would be interested in doing, and I shall see what the response is, really, I guess. If you did enjoy this video, please, as I said during the start, do all that generic YouTube stuff. Like, share, comment, subscribe, etc, etc. I do have a Patreon where you could support me financially. Granted, I don't upload as often as I used to, so I don't really know how much that would be, but it comes in handy every now and then, and I do thank the Patreons a lot, particularly over the last 7 or 8 months, where I've just been gone. I do also host 2 podcasts, that's right, 2, because the world needs more podcasts. I am one of the hosts of the Formula 1 Grid Talk podcast. We put out previews and reactions to every single F1 event, from qualifying to the races to sprints, so there is a lot of content coming out from us. And I also host a music interview podcast where, you know, I speak to artists, I speak to photographers and videographers, I speak to basically anyone involved in the music industry who will talk to me for 30 to 40 minutes. And yeah, they are both available on pretty much all of the podcast platforms. We also live stream the Formula 1 podcast, so keep an eye out for that. There'll be links in the description. And so I guess on that note, as always, I've been Ruby Price, and I shall see you next time. Adios. Bye.